Chapter 2. The Voice Between Worlds. The night settled around them, thick and shadowed. Normally, Utmoah would feel a twinge of fear wandering into the darkness. But tonight, as his mother carried the torch, excitement pushed aside any fear. The warm glow flickered ahead of them, guiding their steps through the enveloping night. Neither spoke. The forest whispered around them, thick with the scent of damp bark and salt. Somewhere behind the hills, thunder rolled, low, distant, and patient. When they reached the shore, the torch's light pushed against the darkness like a small sun. The ocean stretched before them, black and perfectly still, its surface so smooth it reflected the stars like a mirror. Utmoah gazed at the stars' reflection on the water, mesmerized by the beauty, and felt the strange certainty that all things, near or far, above or below, were part of a single breath, connected. His mother set the torch in the sand. "Stay close, Utmoah," she said. "If the elders knew we were here—" Her voice trailed off. The air vibrated, low and harmonic, like the sound of a conch held to the ear of the world. The stars in the water began to spiral outward, rippling across the surface. Utmoah lifted his wrist. "Theom," he called softly. The air thickened. The sea swelled once, then stilled again. From that stillness, a perfect sphere of water rose. It hung just above the waves, turning slowly, shimmering with its own light. Inside it, shapes flickered like reflections seen through glass. Then a figure emerged within, translucent, moving as though underwater. Theom's voice came first, calm and clear. "You came." Utmoah's mother reached for her son's arm, but didn't pull him back. "Who are you?" she asked, her tone caught between fear and awe. "I come with a message from Atlassium," Theom said. "Your ancestors knew that name long ago. For ages beyond memory, Atlassium has known the cycle of death and rebirth. It has fallen beneath the seas only to rise again, not once but many times over the long turning of 1,000,000 years. Each age buries it in silence, and each renewal brings it back to the light. And when this age ends, it will sink once more, only to rise again, as it always has. Such is the rhythm of the living world." He turned slightly. "The land moves as the world breathes, rising, falling, reshaping itself. And yet Atlassium endures." He looked toward the horizon, where faint glimmers of light pulsed beyond sight. "Now it stands above the waves again, for a time, but one day the tides will reclaim it, and another age will forget it ever was." Utmoah stared out toward that invisible place. "Do you live there?" "Yes," Theom said. "We are what remains of those who first listened to the voice beneath the world, the one your people once called Inahan Sa Kalibutan." The name made his mother go still. She whispered it once under her breath, not as prayer, but as recognition. Theom's gaze turned toward her. "You have felt her," he said. "In the tides, in the wind that changes before storms, in the rhythm of birth and death. She is the memory that endures when all else is lost." The sea began to glow faintly, threads of pale blue weaving beneath the surface like veins of light. The sphere of water reflected it, its glow intensifying until the sand and trees around them seemed to breathe with it. "When the sky turns rapidly from new evening to midday sun," Theom said, "the path will open. You will see Atlassium not as rumor, but as it truly stands. Each time it rises, it begins anew, thriving as a civilization reborn." His mother's voice was barely a whisper. "Why him?" "Because he still remembers what others have forgotten." Theom's form began to waver, his outline dissolving back into the water that birthed him. "When the time comes, the sea will call his name again." He turned his gaze to Utmoah's mother, and his tone softened. "Let me speak with you a moment." Utmoah hesitated, then nodded when his mother gestured toward the torch. He stepped away, standing by the light, its glow small against the expanse of the dark. From where he stood, he couldn't hear their voices, only the gentle pulse of the waves and the low hum that filled the air. They spoke for what seemed to be a very long time, or maybe only moments. When it ended, Theom was gone, and the sea was still again. Utmoah turned back to his mother, who was looking out at the horizon, her expression unreadable, the faint blue shimmer fading from her eyes. "What did he say?" Utmoah asked. His mother looked at him for a long time before answering. The wind off the water caught her hair, and in the flicker of the torchlight, her eyes seemed deeper somehow, as if she was seeing him both as he was and as he would someday be. "That the sea remembers," she said softly, "and that some memories are meant to find their way home." She reached for his hand. Her grip was firmer than before, warm and trembling, and he felt her thumb trace the back of his fingers like she was trying to remember every detail of him. Together, they started up the narrow path through the whispering forest, the torch's glow swaying between them. Behind them, the ocean breathed, slow, steady, alive. Far beyond the horizon, unseen, Atlassium waited, its towers bright against the dark, patient as the tide, knowing it would fall and rise and fall again, as it always had. End of Chapter 2.